As you can see, I'm decked out in my red polo, and that means I just got back from Virgin Voyages. Hey everybody, it's Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, where I go on a weekend cruise just about every weekend. And this past weekend, I was on a 4-night sailing on Virgin Voyages, which was also part of their Eat and Drink Festival that they're doing this year. And so I wanted to talk to you all about what is the festival and what you can expect if you come on a Virgin Voyages cruise during the Eat and Drink Festival. The good news when it comes to Virgin Voyages is the food here is already fantastic. It is better than most specialty restaurants aboard other cruise lines. And so the Eat and Drink Festival is just going to enhance an already fantastic menu. And it's gonna do this really in 3 different ways, or 3 different places that you're gonna be able to experience an elevated culinary and gastrology, I think is the word, feast on board Virgin Voyages. The first is gonna be in their traditional restaurants, or in their restaurants that they have. So all of these restaurants already have a fantastic menu, but what you're gonna get as an appetizer is compliments of the chef. Now these chefs that have designed these are Michelin starred chefs that they have contracted with to bring us these special little tasty bites, and this is gonna be in all of their restaurants. The second thing that you're gonna be able to take part in is the 7 Seas Sippers. Say that 10 times fast. This is gonna be a treasure map delivered to your room that is gonna tell you what all the specialty drinks are at the various bars around the ship, so that you can go find these and take yourself on a little drinking treasure hunt. It is not quite a bar crawl. They do encourage you to complete it by the end of your sailing to potentially, I think they do a drawing of some kind, for a treasure. The third way, and the way that I wanted to focus on today, is the Taste of the Galley. And so here's a menu of the Taste of the Galley. So we're gonna be going through what they offered at the Taste of the Galley. I actually had this for my birthday dinner yesterday. So we had we had Italian reservations and decided not to go do Italian because, you know, we'd already eaten very well the other nights. And we thought, why not just go to the Galley, their food hall, if you will, to be able to eat some of the specialty items on the Taste of the Galley. Now, each one of the various stations has something different. And so I wanted to quickly walk you through what the different stations have, show you what those look like, and talk to you a little bit about them. I'm gonna do my best to break down what I thought of all of these entrees and how good they were. Actually, I say that most of them were good. There was one of them that I did not care for, but we'll talk about that here in a second. But I'll let you know what I thought of it, what flavors came out the most, and see if that's something that might interest you in next year's 2024 Food and Drink Festival. The first booth that I stopped at was Well Bred. This is where they were featuring the chef's duo, the Couple's Kitchen. Now they had a salmon flatbread that was actually really good and very light and refreshing. It came on a nice little caraway cracker. The caraway seeds, I would say, was a little bit overpowering for it, but luckily the salmon was not overpowering. The cucumber was a nice hint to it. Had a salty mix, but overall, I really liked it. The second place that I went to was the Burger Bar, and this is where Chef George Motz came in to give us basically a cheeseburger with fries. But it was really good. For those of you in North Carolina, you may know Highway 55. It reminded me of the burgers that Highway 55 makes because they flattened the burgers a lot, and the bun was really soft and buttery. The next hall that I went to was Diner and Dash. This is where Chef Matt Lambert was bringing to us a meaty bay sandwich. Now this was served on a cheese bun, if you will. At the top of it was a cute little cheese bun, but it was a slider format. It was small with roast beef on the inside of it and just enough horseradish to go by. This was very good. It was not one of my favorite ones, but the friend that I was traveling with loved the meaty bay sandwich. Let's taco about it. This had an item that the Valiant Lady culinary team had designed. It was a pork belly sopas, S-O-P-E-S, if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, which was actually my favorite of everything that they had here. So it had a very, very good flavor. The pork belly, which I traditionally do not like, was not overpowering, it was not too fatty, and it was really, really good. They served it with a nice sauce on it, with some guacamole, and it was very, very good. Noodle Around had another item from Waki Ning, and that is a Japanese cold soba noodle. And then at Noodle Around, you have a chef called Waki Ning. NG is the last name, and he had some Japanese cold soba noodles that he brought. This was an extremely refreshing appetizer. The noodles were fantastic. Had like a little bit of a citrus sauce going on to it, but it was Probably my least favorite because it had cilantro on it, which I can't stand. But the shrimp on here was also very good. Though with one piece of shrimp, the highlight of this for me was truly the noodles. At hot off the presses, you have the Resilient Ladies culinary team bringing you a pan pourri. Now I believe this is an Indian dish. It is a fried ball that they've hollowed out and they put in some cabbage. They have like a chutney on the top of it. It just was not my favorite. The pan pourri, the ball that it was served in, was just a little bit greasy, and I'm not an egg roll fan, and this just seemed like another version or a fancier version of an egg roll. Finally, switching over to my favorite part is desserts. So if I went over to the sweet side, I was able to get a Rocher mini Gateau brought to us by the shoreside team of Virgin Voyages. Now this was a dense piece of chocolate, had a hazelnut on the top of it, and then another chocolate mousse that they added to it. I am not a huge chocolate fan, but it was very, very good. I just wish that it probably wasn't as dense, but I think that's what they were going for. However, the redeeming part was the daily mix had a panna cotta, which was fantastic. It was very simple panna cotta that was designed from the taste curators, and they served it with strawberries and raspberries on the side. The secret ingredient here, I say, is that the panna cotta was made with rose water, which had an amazing flavor to it. It even lingered a little bit in your mouth, but it had a fantastic flavor. So that is my review of the Taste of the Galley on Virgin Voyages during their Eat and Drink Festival in 2023. If this is something that interests you and you're thinking about maybe going for 2024 and you're looking at booking a Virgin Voyages cruise, scroll down to the affiliate link down below just to do some price checks if you're gonna book directly with the cruise line and not use a travel agent. It is an affiliate link, and so it would be greatly appreciated if you use that to book your next Virgin Voyages cruise. Though I always recommend using a travel agent. I think that is the way to go. But if you're not, you want to go directly through Virgin, that affiliate link would be a huge help to me. All right, everybody, this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser. Hoping to see you on a weekend cruise soon.